this tournament. They basically pay for themselves. But I tell you what, the way they're going, Gordon Brown, you know, they've really made their mark on the world stage already.
Boy, they were absolutely magnificent yesterday. I really warmed the cockles of my heart, as these young ladies are doing as well. That was cheeky. But honestly, the Croatians yesterday against the Kiwis, it was fantastic stuff. And as you rightly said, this is going to be some battle today. And I have to say, I fancy the Croatians.
Yes, the Irish, they only had 2 training runs together before coming to Hong Kong. Average age of 22 this side. Not a great record in Hong Kong for the Irish. Lost all their games in the World Cup. They make their way onto the Hong Kong Stadium. The jewel in the crown of Rugby 7's. Referee is Ross Mitchell of Hong Kong. And very shortly we'll be underway with this game, number 4 of day 2 in Pool D.
Well, do you know, this could be quite brutal in some of the forward exchanges. Because some of the tackling yesterday from the Croatians was phenomenal.
Keep an eye on that man, Lado Ersic. That's Rion Graham who will get the game underway. The outstanding playmaker of day 1. It is underway between Croatia and Ireland. Straight away, good pressure from the Croatians up on defence. And the penalty goes against Croatia. Chance for Ireland to move it wide. That's through Brian Carey. Gets a pass out wide there to James Topping, the Ulsterman. Back to Carey. If I control it, Dominic Crotty there, number 2 for Ireland. Now they move it right across to John McWeeny. He's a bigger man than his name suggests. Almost up to halfway, but beautifully tackled by Michael Lernovich from the Maris Club in Auckland. Chasing it across for Ireland, Kevin Nolan. Back to Crotty. Crotty the pass right across field to Fergal Campion. Now here's James Topping from Ulster. Missed out on a lot of Ulster's European winning championship campaign due to injury. Frees the pass to Fergal Campion, almost up to the 22-metre line. It's Lernovich that picks it up for Croatia. He gets taken in the tackle by David Wallace from the famous Wallace brothers family. And it will be a scrum for Croatia.
Well, that was a fabulous bit of ball retention there by the Irish boys. And just at the very end, after some superb handling, and just in the tackle, you can see their Campion lost possession. But again, that was super defence from the Croatians. They got back in numbers.
Lado Ersic from Split in Croatia is the halfback to feed the scrum. The Irish push in around and coming through offside, says referee Ross Mitchell. Penalty to be taken by Ersic. A little bit of lip in there from the Irish. Nudges them back a few metres. Ersic across to Rion Graham. Turn back inside. Says big run from Blair Ehrlich. Ehrlich to Michael Lernovich. Lernovich with Topping giving chase. James Topping, the Ulsterman, gets to Lernovich, and it's lost forward though. Oh gee, some debate here from the Croatians. Not sure what their complaint is, Gordon, but
that was a wonderful tackle. That's the way to get back. It's up, he's in full flight here. Lovely ankle tap, and then another boom. That's tremendous defence from the Irish.
They try and run it from behind their own line. Ireland right on defence. Lado Ersic trying to work it free. It's not going to be freed up there. Dominic Crotty couldn't get the ball back for Ireland.
But that was great tackling there by the Croatians. Tremendous tackling, so that the Irish boys could do nothing with that ball. They couldn't distribute it at all.
Well, this Croatian team have been based in Auckland, New Zealand, building up for this tournament. It's been about 6 weeks together. Their coaches Anthony Sumich, stalwart of the Auckland Maris Club, and he is now the coaching director of Croatian rugby. You
can see, Hamish, that they all know one another so well, the Croatians. You know, they've obviously practiced well. They've got to know one another extremely well. But you know, no matter how much you practice, if you've got it mentally, you can do it. And boy, these Croatians, they're really tuned in mentally.
So Brian Carey, a bit of a problem for him. Looks like a shoulder injury, maybe down on the wrist, is it? He's not quite sure. So the replacement coming on is Barry Everett for Ireland, replacing Brian Carey. No score, nearly 4 minutes gone. As we expected, there'd be no love lost in this. It'd be an enthralling encounter. There it is for Vlado Ersic, looking to power asunder his way towards the line. Just might have lost it forward in there. And either not releasing or those Croatian players not staying on their feet. Penalty going the way of Ireland. Oh, big tackle in there. Huge tackle from Blair Ehrlich. That was on Dominic Crotty, but knocked back to 10. Everett feeds it across to the left. Chance to go through there for David Wallace. Wallace has found his man in support. That's John McWeeny. McWeeny on Michael Lernovich. McWeeny for the corner flag. Lernovich has got the measure of him, but the support was there. A shocking pass back to James Topping, and it will all end up in tears and in touch. Well, try blow him there as the quick one's taken by Croatia through Blair Ehrlich, and Ehrlich might have found a bit of space. Oh, he needed to free the pass, couldn't quite do it. Gets it back to Vlado Ersic, who loses it forward. And the penalty goes the way of Croatia. Well, that was a try bombed back there, I think, Gordon.
Well, I thought McWeeny was going to make it. And then, of course, his distribution at the end was disappointing. But he just burst his lungs for 50 metres, you know. I felt sorry for him.
So coming up, Rion Graham will look down that far touchline. The Hong Kong Stadium. One of the great sporting venues at one of the great tournaments. And Croatia, who lost 17-12 to New Zealand in the opening game last night.
The Croatians are going to have to be very careful because this referee, the local referee, is very hot on them getting back the 10 metres when it's a penalty to Ireland.
Ersic across here now, they cut it wide. This is Michael Lernovich. The pass back to nobody. It's scooped up nicely by Kevin Nolan. This is James Topping. He's got a bit of pace, this guy. Just out from the quarter line, the 22. And it pops out on the Croatian side. No score, and that's the way the first half might end up. Taken by Fergal Campion. Campion across to Barry Everett. Everett now to Kevin Nolan. Nolan back to David Wallace. A bit of a gap here now for Nolan. Nolan looks for the line. Try for Ireland. And the breakthrough comes with just 10 seconds remaining in the first half. This encounter between Ireland and Croatia. Kevin Nolan, the try scorer for the Irish.
Great score by Nolan, but all the hard work was done in the middle of the field because his teammates. Lovely inside flip back, but now watch this distribution though. That was two of the Croatians that were taken out there by the tackle and the ball slipped wide. Nice wee dummy, and yes, the ball went down properly. Good try for Ireland. Well done, the Celts.
So the conversion attempt will be taken by Fergal Campion. It's a game with a bit of ebb and flow so far, but just the one try. Really setting up for what should be a wonderful second half. The unsuccessful conversion attempt there from Fergal Campion. The try scorer, number 6, Kevin Nolan for Ireland, who lead Croatia by 5 points to 0. Ireland first up winners over Hong Kong 2014. Croatia beaten 17-12 by New Zealand.
Yes, that was big David Wallace in the middle of the park there, who took the two Croatian players out and still was able to get the ball away beautifully. That's the French supporters getting all warmed up for their match later. They were in great form yesterday, the French supporters.
Poor old French supporters, they come in for a bit of flack too, Gordon. I can never work out why. Not. Still this first half continues. Oh, Andrew Martijacevic, well, he was taken out without the ball. The referee didn't see it. There's the try scorer Nolan, and he goes bursting through again. He's got support on the inside, but going without it was Campion, and it's lost forward. Referee will decide this time after 8.5 minutes. That's the end of the first half. A very close encounter of the Hong Kong kind between Croatia and Ireland, with the Irish leading by 5 points to 0 at half-time. The restart from Fergal Campion for Ireland. Vlado Ersic takes it in, but it pops out on the Irish side. Well, in the end, deciding referee that Ersic didn't release it quickly enough in the tackle. So it's Barry Everett with the ball for Ireland. We lead by 5 points to 0. The one try. Campion. Nolan. Trying to get past Rion Graham. Turns it back inside to James Topping, who's pretty quick for a big solid man, and he'll scoop past Michael Lenovich, and the try for James Topping. Ireland 10-0 with the conversion to come.
It was a super try by Topping, but I can't believe how the Croatians have come out and been so lackadaisical, because Nolan was able to stand there for virtually the half the day before Topping came roaring up to take the pass from him, and it was converted as well.
So James Topping, the try scorer, it's 12 points to 0. You just wonder, maybe Croatia have played their test match here against the New Zealanders first up, and they might have.
But if they've been all together for 7 weeks practicing for this, that now has to come to fruition.
And they have time to do it. Vlado Ersic throws the pass wildly back inside, and it's scooped up by the Irish, by Campion, who has Nolan in support. Here's trouble. It's that man Ulster out wide again. From Ulster, James Topping. Campion, Nolan, the first try scorer. He's got one man to beat. Referee says crossing over. So that will be somebody's going to get spoken to here. Michael Lenovich.
Well, you see, the problem here is, Hamish, the referees have got this fancy wee blow of the whistle, and they expect all the players to, and all the noise that's going on round about. I mean, here's Nolan going through. The referee blows the whistle, but the Croatian player didn't hear the whistle, because the referees have got this wee fancy wee chirpy blow. Why don't they just blow the whistle properly and let everyone hear what's going on? Because Nolan's got quite a bad bang now. I can't stand this poncy wee blow that the referees give with the whistle. Do you get the message, Hamish?
Give it a decent old blow. That's what I always say. So it's Barry Everett. Ireland is going to have a penalty shot, I think. Here we go. The penalty attempt is wide. Crowd coming alive here at the stadium in Hong Kong as we come back to the restart from the 22 after that unsuccessful penalty attempt. Croatia trying to bring it out from their 22. The tackle made by David Wallace. This is Rion Graham. Quite a game tonight after a superb game against New Zealand. It flicks out to Campion to Nolan. The whistle goes. I think the crowd cheering a little bit. It wasn't about the penalty attempt by Ireland. Maybe able to pick it up. The Argentinian team are training at the end of the ground, preparing for their game. It's loose and lost forward, so a scrum for Ireland. Scrum to go down. Midway 22 and halfway in Croatian territory. We'll have a substitution here. Number 3 will come on. This is 25 times capped 26-year-old David Corkery. A substitution. Loose forward for the Irish team.
Some calibre of player to bring on now as a substitute. And I'll tell you what, you're dead right, Hamish. The Croatians, I think, they played their big game yesterday, and it seems to have taken everything out of them. I can't tell you how disappointed I am in them today.
Comes from the scrum. back by Everett. Topping has the chase for Ireland. It's James Topping coming through. Only at the control. There's David Corkery, first touch of the ball, and he knocks it forward just a couple of metres out from the Croatian line. Michael Lernovic frees the pass. There's no support out there. Now it's a flick back to Puljiz, Denis Puljiz from Split in Croatia. He can't control it. It's down on the ground, and we'll have another scrum.
That was just typical of the way the Croatians have been playing in this game. They were just all at sea there. No unity, no pattern at all. Desperation.
So over 5 minutes gone in the second half. 2 to go. Pass wide out here towards Topping. Can't get it. Zivkovic is now on. He chases after it too, but the referee gives the penalty back there for Croatia, just in front of their posts. Sorry, penalty to Ireland, just in front of the Croatian post. And again, they're going to have the penalty shot at goal. So let's rip. Gary Everett, this time he's successful with the penalty attempt, which is not a regular feature of the Hong Kong tournament. I'm sure back in the early days, and too many teams would have fancied doing, taking a penalty in the Hong Kong 7's, but Ireland have done it. And there we've got the Argentinian team. Now they've caused a bit of a stir, Gordon.
Yes, they have. Well, actually, it's the physiotherapist that caused a stir, because she's blonde and she's absolutely gorgeous.
And she compliments that Argentinian jersey so nicely. It's across here to Rion Graham. Lernovic just out from his 22. Eyes a bit of a gap. Gets it behind him to Rion Graham. The Croatians down by 15 points to 0. They've just about run out of time here. Andrew Matijasevic tries to crash it up through the middle, but gets hammered, and the penalty goes the way of Croatia.
Well, do you know, it's typical, Hamish, of the way that the Croatians have played today, that you just mentioned Rion Graham there for the first time, I think, in this commentary, whereas yesterday he was all over the paddock. He was magnificent yesterday.
Goes again. Rion Graham. Back to Graham. Now a chance. Times the pass back in field, and Andrew Matijasevic from the Hamilton Mariners Club in the Waikato of New Zealand, playing for Croatia, will get the try.
Well, Rion Graham was involved there. It's the first time we've seen him do anything in this match, and he's now taken the conversion and been successful. It was a lovely inside pass from Rion Graham, a smashing try. But I think it's far too late for the Croatians.
Time to play on, says Ross Mitchell, and it's Rion Graham who gets the game back underway. Zivkovic takes it down for Croatia. Now they are a bit of a spot out here to Frank Matijasevic. Stepping away was Denis Puljiz for the corner. Turns the pass back inside, and it's going to be Rob Graham who will get the try for Croatia, but it's going to be all too late. So they spark themselves into life as the clock counts right down. It'll be all up to referee Ross Mitchell as to whether there's any more time available. 15-12, he says, no, that is it. What's the try?
It was a super try, Hamish, but why, oh why, have they waited so long to get back into this game? A great victory, though, for Ireland.
Its conversion was unsuccessful. So the final score here in this exciting match, really, between Ireland and Croatia. Ireland hanging on to win by 15 points to 12 over Croatia.
And they've got a boy here who's 10.4 for the 100 metres. They've got another one who's